guys. So it seemed like overnight, or what I believed to be a mayhaw tree, but now I am almost certain is a wild plum tree on the side of our house here, has basically all ripened, most of them. I mean, there's still some on there, and a lot of them have fallen off, and so it is time to get to picking and storing these guys, and we're going to use them for jams and whatever else we can. But I don't want to lose them all, so we're going to pick them and probably freeze them for now. We'll see, and do whatever we can with them later. So maybe do something with them today though. 7.5 pounds of wild plums here. Most of them are pretty ripe. Some of them are a little bit unripe, like this guy. It's a little yellow. It'll ripen up. I'm going to put it in a paper bag for the ones that aren't, and probably freeze the rest of them. Let's take one that's kind of half ripe. So one thing about these wild plums here is that they are, their skin is very, very full of tannins. It's got a lot of tannins in it, so it's pretty tart. It's, even if it's sweet on the inside, you really taste that overpowering tannin flavor. But people use these guys for jams and stuff, and as long as you don't really eat the skin, the inside is delicious. Here is one of the wild plums, and I'm going to take a bite out of it and show you guys the inside. That's pretty good. Now, with these wild plums, the skin is super full of tannins, and so it's very, very, I guess sour is probably the right description, but the inside is super sweet. So what people will do with these is they'll get a bunch of them, and they'll squeeze them and take the skins off and just use the flesh on the inside and use that to make jams and stuff like that. So that's the only, I guess, downfall, and apparently there's really no way to get around that. These guys, I was reading some articles on, how you can cook them, and it says, look, you're never going to be able to put enough sugar in to overpower the tannins in the skin. So that's that. But we're collecting a bunch of these, freezing them, and we're going to use them later for jams. Freezing them seems to make, or should make, the skin a little bit easier to peel off and kind of keep some of the insides. But we'll have to pit them, take the pits out, and we got a bunch of them already, but you can see that there's still a ton on this tree, and a ton have fallen off already. So we're kind of late to the game a little bit, but better late than never. And hey, there's still a bunch on here. I'm 97.6% sure is a wild plum tree of some variety. I know there's like a American, a Canadian, a Chinese. There's all kinds of different wild plum trees. So I don't know which one it is, but pretty sure that's a wild plum. Next up on the tour, apples. So we picked a few of these apples. That one's not very good. That's not a good apple. We picked a few of these. This is about as big as I think they're gonna get. But they're basically June apples, little crab apples. They're pretty good though. They just don't get very big. So we picked a couple of these already inside, quite a bit, and we've been eating on them, just slicing them up and chewing them. But you can see how many are on the ground here, which the deer love. So we're going to let them keep eating them and loving them, and that way they stay away from the garden. But there's still a bunch in the tree that we can pick here and there, but most of them have fallen off. You lose a lot to rot, and the crows have been just going crazy on them. So the crows will get up in the tree and they'll knock them down to the other ones on the ground. They're pretty smart. But we got some apples. We could probably pick more next year if we just get out here a little bit earlier, but there's still quite a few on here that are in decent shape. That's a decent little apple. And they're good. They are delicious. So it's nice to be able to just come out here and grab a few. Yikes. There we go. There you go. Perfectly good little itty bitty apple. You see our mimosa tree still has flowers on it, although I think it's getting to the end of its flowering stage. I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend. If I don't see you, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's all I got. See ya. Bye.